Gem of the Gay, welcome. Miss Bree, welcome. Kelly the Cat, welcome.
Quite a flighty little fellow, isn't he?
Okay, I will add you in about an hour and a half's time then, Gemma, because you need to read the description of the stream. I'm not playing Fall Guys straight away. I'm pleased you see now, and of course you can play later. I just weren't up for 2 hours of Fall Guys. I'm doing a chilled game for an hour and a half first, then we'll hit about an hour of Fall Guys, I think, is the plan. I was baited by the 30 coins. Miss Bree, it is the end of the month. There's like one more day after today.
Where are my donuts?
Hello. Hello and welcome along to Gem of the Gay and Miss Bree. We have a Kelly cat with us today. I've been scratching her head trying to keep her entertained through the intro so she didn't like run away, because she's renowned for doing that these days. She's not liking being on stream. Okay, apologies at the start here if you can hear any like worry background noise, but I have my 3D printer going and it's still probably got about 2 hours left, so that's just how this stream is going to be. So plan for this stream, I'm not up for 2 hours of Fall Guys. That's why I've started earlier. I'm going to play a little bit of Relaxed No Man's Sky, and then I'll go over to Fall Guys for the last like hour and a half. So while we are here, let me jump over to the Twitch stream. Boo! I think people just want this camera, really. She's being all soppy. Should we just sit here and scratch Kelly's head until she goes? Just like, oh, I'm enjoying this. What am I making? I'm just making a case for a Raspberry Pi. That's all. Because at the moment it's in like a PlayStation. Like a broken PlayStation. You want No Man's Sky and Switch. I'll tell you why I'm playing No Man's Sky. I picked it up on Steam like 2 days ago. I managed to find like a Steam key. So it was like about £12, which is why I just could buy it. And I got it on the PC because you can play it in VR. And it's amazing in VR. And it's just so chilled. It's like I found this one planet, and then I climbed up this massive mountain and found a little plateau near the top of the mountain, and I built a little like retreat up there. Because when I played this originally when it first came out, and it's so different now from what it was. Like you can build bases and stuff. It's good. I'm only playing it on relax. I don't want to have to deal with all the inventory management and stuff. I like relaxed. Normal, you got to keep like recharging your suit and stuff. It's very annoying. But you can like adjust it now to totally how you want it to be. So you can like turn everything off if you want and have unlimited resources. So I think that's a bit too much. So I'm just going to jump into a relaxed game. Oh, I need to invert my look. But yeah, just playing this in VR, it's so nice. You just like sit back in your chair. Wander around lonely planets. I need to learn how to make little pellets so I can feed the wildlife. It's kind of like Animal Crossing, but like you have an entire universe. BP Bartlett.
Hello.
Welcome. And a Tom and Acorn. I don't think you got one.
Hello there.
Welcome.
Shield kinetic system online.
Okay, this is quite a nice planet. The temperature's pretty good. It's not too radioactive. It's a bit barren, but that's fine. Some big plants. Lonely Pets, that's okay, Ellsworth. It's quite nice because there's quite a bit of like animal life up the top of the mountain as well. And it's quite green.
Multi-tool and mining laser attachment operational.
So I'm going to be a bit confused trying to learn the buttons here.
Initialization sequence complete.
Right. What's that one? Okay, it is quite radioactive here. I don't like it.
Radiation protection falling.
How do I change? Yeah, perform a scan. I know no need to perform a scan. Right. Options are the first thing I have to change because I cannot play games which are not inverted view controls. View controls? They should be inverted. It's already on inverted. Okay. Then why did that not feel right? Creatures, some vehicles shot. I don't know how to change back to first person mode either. How do I go back to first person mode? Features, utilities. There we go, it's in utilities. That's better. Right, scan. My scanner's damaged. Extract ferrite dust. Ferrite dust is just in everything, which is quite good. Although that's carbon. We need some rock. Nope, that's not what we need either. Why is there just plant life everywhere? I'm on this little abandoned planet and there's no rocks. Come on. We got some. Oh, look at these things. Look at these critters. Hey, big thing. What are you? Okay, I might have to make this planet my home because look at the native wildlife. It's amazing. It's like a giant walking bird bear. I hope they're not aggressive. They look alright. I do like a giant bird bear. It seems to have trouble walking, but you're going to be my friend. Oh, that one's got a shell. I startled it. Anyway, we need to get back to harvesting ferrite dust. This is what we need to do. Okay, repair the scanner. Maybe if it's me, I've got trouble. Oh, poor you. No, one button.
Component repaired.
Cool. Right, where's my ship? Collect sodium. Some sodium up there. There's sodium. We'll go to this sodium, it's closer. Here we go. Where's this sodium-rich plant gone? Fine. Anyone got recommendation for comfortable, supportive footwear? Not really. There we go. There's some sodium. Get some more while we're here. Recharge hazard protection. Hey, what was that? No, one button. It's that button.
Technology recharge.
Cool. Want a planet with a rings look.
Starship signal detected.
Where's my starship? Just trying to like rush through this opening bit. Oh, there's a lot of big critters on this planet. I keep forgetting to harvest stuff. I should just be harvesting stuff all the time. You never know when material is going to come in useful. That's a funny little critter up there. I think I prefer the bird bears. That's quite horrific. I feel like that would eat me. There's like a wolfie over here. Hey, wolfie. You're like a wolfie reptile. Aww. I stressed it out. Anyway, back to my spaceship. Is that one of those bird bears? No, that's something else totally as well. We need to fix my ship up, basically. Yeah, we'll broadcast. I feel we have to. Right, investigate the crash ship.
Radiation protection falling.
Where's my ship gone? There it is. How did I not see that? You won Tau Tag? Wow. What, you mean Royal Fumble or Tau Tag? No, my launch thrusters are down. Pulse engine's down. I'm alone on a strange world, unequipped and in danger. I have no memory of how I got here, no sense of before. But the ship at least seems to recognise me. The controls react to my touch, or at least that of my exosuit. I'm not dead yet. This ship is a lifeline out to the stars. I think we just find this stuff around. That music got very loud then. I didn't like it. Right. Where's audio? That's in general, in it. I'm just going to turn the music down. Down to there. There we go. That's fine. What's the video options? Right, what are we doing? Hey, Kelly. We'll do this while you're here, Kelly.
It's time. It's time. It's time for Kelly's treat time.
Yes, it is time once again for Kelly's treat time, where she'll be having some more invisible flavoured dreamies. Actual flavour is catnip. Ooh, here we go, Kelly. She's a bit like, I'm not that hungry, you just gave me a pouch. And I'm like, I know, but you're not here very often anymore for treat time. So we need to do it whenever you're about. Okay, craft a metal plate.
Product constructed.
There we go. Then we put the metal plate on here.
Component prepared.
Need a hermetic seal. I believe we find one of these on some of this debris, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, some jelly. We'll take the goop. Board the ship. Consult diagnostics. There we go. And that was Kelly's treat time. She hasn't gone. She hasn't actually left. Starship critical damage. Vital ingredients missing. Unable to synthesize required components. Pulse engines require hermetic seals. Iteration components reveals hermetic seal nearby. Yeah, I've just been over to that thing. In VR, you actually have to reach down to the handle to lift the cockpit up. It's quite funny. It's like, ooh. Oh, I went over to the wrong thing, that's why. I peer inside the beacon's housing. As well as its distress broadcast unit, it contains a planetary chart. This music is so relaxing, I might just have to search for it on Spotify. Yeah, I was playing this in VR with like headsets on and just with the visor on. Last night it freaked. The clocks went forward last night, didn't they? Or did they go back? I'm really confused because I was in VR when it happened, and then I thought, is that really the time? And it was all over the place. But it is a very just chilled game. And I like playing it on relax so you don't have to worry about constantly refilling your suit and everything. Can't search that. Back in there. Some jelly. Use your oxygen through your life support system. All right. Where's my life support system? It's in the exosuit, isn't it? My life support system's fine. It's at 100. Don't need to use that. Open that to view the planetary chart. I don't understand where the planetary chart is.
Radiation protection falling.
Planetary chart. Where is that? Is it in my exosuit? There it is.
Alert. Navigational data received.
Ah, that's where we're going. The jump button glitch is back in Fall Guys. Awesome. Okay, that's where we need to go. Right. I guess we're in for a walk then. Level 51. Woohoo! I think I'm in the 90s now. On Fall Guys. Landed on a, like, I was playing this in VR. Landed on a moon. It was so good because like the gravity was so light, you could just constantly jetpack. Your jetpack would recharge before you'd lost much altitude, so you could potentially just fly constantly. Because you do have a health.
Weather warning. Incoming storm.
No, this is bad. This is bad. Oh, how far away am I from this? Is 6 rad quite high? Because I think it's like a radiation storm. The radiation is going up pretty fast. Yeah, I feel that I'm in a very bad place now. Yeah, right, but where is a cave? There's no caves around. Okay, what's my hazard at? Okay, still at 79%, that's fine. Yeah, before there was a relax mode, you're just constantly having to like recharge your life support all the time. It's just like, I just want to get on with it. Oh,
Radiation protection stabilizing.
that's better. Missing this recorded in case, leaving behind in the fabricator might be of some use. Yeah, this is where we get the pneumatic seal from. Once you've sort of got the tutorial out the way, it's a lot better. It opens up a lot more. But at least the tutorial can literally happen anywhere. Right, I guess we're stuck in here until the storm finishes. Looking pretty nice. Any other buildings about? Might as well quickly just We'll take some living slime. Hell.
Hello there.
Welcome. This is No Man's Sky. I've only just started it, so just working through the tutorial at the moment, really. But there's a bit of like a storm going on that I need to wait.
Update. Storm clearing.
Cool. Let's make some carbon. Right. Let's make some carbon then. Is that what we're doing?
Product constructed. Technology installed.
Yay. Right trigger to analyze objects. This is so much easier in VR to analyze stuff. Copper deposits. Okay. There's the ship though. That's really all we want. I've located the ship. See, look. Can we tag this? No, I don't think we can. Oh well. Maybe we can see you playing VR. The problem is, it's quite a demand on my PC, this game. I have to have the settings quite low as it is, and I'm not sure it'd really go too well if I was trying to play it on the PC version and in VR at the moment. I don't think it would go too well. Plus, because we're going into Fall Guys next, it's a lot easier for me to play this on the Xbox. And then I can just easily just swap over to Fall Guys. But yeah, when I get like at some point in my life, I'll probably will get my PC upgraded, so then it will be good. I think I got zapped by a plant then. Most of the stuff, like the life forms in this, are quite sort of benign, don't really do anything to you. But there are some that do. Like some plants that have toxins around them. If you get too close, they'll release poisons. Whereas other plants just sit there and you can happily just harvest them for their minerals. For the crafting. You need a lot of carbon when you start building your bases. Yeah, it's these things here, look. They're poisonous, probably. Maybe. I don't know. Where's my ship, anyway? It's one of those big bugs again. I mean, they're not as horrific as, like, spiders. I mean, they're not great. Hello, buddy. You alright? Look at all those legs you've got. I would offer you food, but, you know, I don't have any to give you. Oh, one bum. Woohoo! Okay. Vital launch and landing gear system. We need some pure ferrite. I think we have to make that ourselves. Grease the launcher with the jelly. grease this launcher. Oh, we greased it good. Now we need some pure ferrite. We have to use equipment for that. Okay. Oh, no, we don't. Craft a metal plating. Because it's flashing, I just naturally assume it's highlighted. I forget I've got to move the cursor over it. Okay, I need some more oxygen. I think we can get oxygen from up here. I think these plants give us oxygen. It's carbon. Right, oxygen, where are you? There you go, O2. That's oxygen, isn't it? I know these things. It's about the only one I do know. Okay, still not enough oxygen. I like the way he's just hanging out on the hill. Right. No. Press up. And we want this. That. Okay, how do you place it? There we go. And we use this. Put some fuel in it. And then we want to put some... Is it... What do we need? Ferrite dust. Where's the ferrite dust? There it is. And then we begin. Begin the slow process. Okay, it's 20 seconds. That's not really that slow. You don't have to wait here. You can, like, come out of this section if you want. Rather than let it do its stuff. Oh, it's another little critter. You look a little bit more bitey. Are you a bitey critter? We'll scan it, see what it says. Hello? Hello? Are you friendly? You seem quite friendly. Oh, it's running off now, having fun. It's going to tell its friends. He's like, oh, there's a funny little spaceman down there. Right. We need to repair the thrusters now. We've got the... Okay, I believe we can fly now. Seek answers amongst the stars. White trigger to take off. Right, off to the stars we go. What's boost? It's rolls. Don't know what the boost button is. B. B's the boost button. Ooh, platinum. That's pretty good. I imagine a platinum is quite expensive. Yes, you can harvest the asteroids as well, like you can in the orbital flight achieved. Test starship. Boost. Yeah, so there's the planet we were on. Can't see any other planets yet in the system. Ship communicator. Incoming transmission. Source. Please identify yourself. I'm identifying myself. You are not alone. Follow the broadcast ends as strange as it begins. The final piece of the signal appears to be set of planetary coordinates.
Alert. Navigational data received.
Okay. Where are we going? Okay. It's this planet over here we're going to now. Let's give it a scan. Let's scan this planet. Copper pyrite. So, uranium? Uranium might be useful on this planet. Hey, let's go. Let's just fly fast. Because everything is to scale in this game. It can take a long time to fly to locations if you don't use your warp drives. This is why it's so hard to settle on other planets. Quite far away, this one, isn't it? Seconds. 2, 1. Okay, we're actually in the atmosphere. Right, let's go down to the planet then. Nice quick re-entry here. Straight down. You don't go as fast when you're in the atmosphere. It looked a bit more bluey, this planet, from space. It still seems a bit desolate. Just fly into the plants. Oh, there is water. There is water on this planet. Do you know what? I quite like it here. I might build a base here. Oh, build a base on a little island. Oh, I like it. Depends what the weather's like and how dangerous it is. Oop. Okay, that wasn't my fault, that landing. The computer took over. Just land right in the middle of the vegetation. Right, let's clear some of this out of the way. New planet discovered. Press that to... Discoveries. See, on my version, it's not letting me rename stuff. Jakatar. It's not going to be called Jakatar. It's going to be called Ninqueso. Ninqueso. Cool. Ninqueso. Discovered today by Ninqueso. If you ever come across Ninqueso, pop on by. Say hello. Find the signal source. Target's weak. Right, it's this way. It's that way. It's even more radioactive, this planet. I'm not sure I will settle down here. I didn't realise... I didn't know you could do that, deploy a marker beacon. That makes things so much easier. Whoa. Right. What are you? You do get paid for, like, scanning new stuff. But it's not one of my favourite things to do, just scanning things.
Radiation protection falling.
Anyway. It doesn't mark... Okay, the beacon doesn't mark where you're going. It just marks where you're looking at. I don't even know what I'm looking for, really. Not a red river, that's for sure. See, normally it tells you the distance. This is why I'm quite confused at the moment. I'm not sure if this is the right way. Yeah, it's not like... I'm so confused. I don't know where I'm going. Follow the coordinates. What coordinates? Okay. Okay, I've got it on the map. I was close. I was close. The sparking wires of the machines generate a signal, tapping out its broadcast into the void. We'll decipher that signal then. It's all just 16s if I remember rightly. No fuel in failed to reach station. Hazard protection low. No choice but to underground. Deploy a base computer. JS Mocha.
Hello.
Welcome. Hope you've been having a good day. With any luck, the base computer will hold more information about whoever is leaving these messages. Base computer. I don't want to build my base up here though. We need 2 carbon nanotubes. Okay. Carbon nanotubes.
Product constructed.
Yes. Oh, there's a big thing up there, look. It's like a giant... Like, this is like a little goat creature. Hello. Your feet are very strange and little and pointy. I think you would hurt if you were to walk over me. What's this thing? This game is about exploring the cosmos. Pretty much. Pretty much. Is there no map? No, there's no map. This game is like immense, as in it is the size of our universe. There are billions of planets to explore in this game. It's crazy. So like, even though everything's like procedurally generated, it's done that for it's still the same for other, like everybody's game is the same. You're quite funny. So even like the creatures and stuff are procedurally generated. And now I've scanned that guy. If I want to, I'm not really that bothered about this. You can select him and then you go, I don't want him to be called that. I want him to be called... I want it to be a lump post. So this creature, if anyone else ever discovers it on this planet, it will now be called a lump post. The chances of someone finding it are quite slim because of the size of the game. No, it's not really big to download. It's about 13 gigabytes, that's all. Yeah, it's absolutely... And Death King.
Hello there.
Welcome. It's ridiculously large. It's like a whole universe. When it first came out, it was a little bit like funky, but now it's so much. It is pretty good. I don't want to build my base. What am I doing? Where do I want to put my base computer? Right, let's just build the base computer. How do I build the base computer? Select terrain. The terrain plate is all upgraded. Right. Yeah, this is so different from when it first came out. This just wasn't... Pretty much when it launched, it was kind of like early access, really. That's when I sort of played it first, and I've not really played it much since. Started playing it a couple of days ago in VR, and it's just amazing. What am I doing? Install the terrain.
Technology installed.
I've got... Didn't I craft 2 carbon nanos? I'm sure I did. Oh, well. No, I still don't have them. Right, we'll just craft them. I can change the amount.
Product constructed.
Okay, I hadn't done that. Okay. We can now go tunneling. Yay. I don't know why, but I like making holes in this game. I like making little warrens. We need to open plan here a little bit. It's a bit better. See? You could live here, couldn't you? Imagine if you had one of these in real life. Just make myself an underground home. Cool. And then we'll do an escape route here. We've always got to have a back door. And then we'll look for some copper. Start going up now. There we go. Then we've got a secret back door. Right. Ah, look at you. You're quite funny. Hello. Copper, that's what we need. Need a copper deposit. Knowledge stone. Copper deposit. Okay, that's where we're going. Okay, you're pretty weird. You're a plant, so I can just kill you. I don't know how to change between my tools. How do I turn that off of this? I'm not sure how to change what my mining tool does. In VR, it's great. You just point it and you select which one you want. Hello, you got a really tiny head for such a big body. And I like your fur. It's very handsome. Don't push me around, buddy. Okay, that's where we're going. I'm not sure how nice the water is here, but... Going for a swim. Okay, let's get out the water. The water is highly radioactive. We don't really want to go in there. Hello, you're the wit. They're quite furry, actually, aren't they? And that was one of the big problems with the game when it first came out. Is like all the random wildlife was identical, really, and it was all just really strange. Right, let's get this copper. Is there some very weird creatures? Yeah. Like every planet has their own unique wildlife. And because there's like beyond the count planets. That's why even though the game's so like been out for so long, and even though I'm just starting, I'm still like nothing's been discovered in this part of the universe. The chances of you actually stumbling across someone in the game is very remote unless you actually use the multiplayer function. Okay, I think we got enough copper. Just leave a big barren hole where that copper was. That looked sedate. Do you mean satisfying? I'm not sure what you mean, JS Smoker. Right. Process copper. Where's my ship? Over there. I still want to know how I change the beam. How do I change back to the other beam? Switch. There we go. I knew there was a way. Yeah, it is. It's like a night. It's just a relaxing game. I've been looking for a new relaxing game since I've kind of done with Animal Crossing now. So I thought I'd give this another go. I've wanted it on PC for a while because it is really good in VR. Just my PC's not really capable of me playing it in VR and streaming and recording all at the same time. I might be able to get it so it can, but I've not really played around with the settings much.
Radiation protection falling.
Hello. I've not really played around with the settings much, and that's the one thing I don't like about gaming on PCs is... Oh, look, it's one of those... A lump post. It's a lump post. Oh, that would be a nice place for a base. I'm getting distracted. Can I even get up there, though? That's the... Of course I can get up there. That's how we get up and down. If only this planet wasn't so radioactive. I could build a base here and be happy. It's got some nice views. It's got a nice planet with a ring in the rising up, which will rise and set. Do you know what? I would if it wasn't radioactive, I would definitely build a space here and use that hole to get up and down. Don't growl at me, young fella, my lad. Right. Where am I going? I'm not too sure, to be fair. Thought there's a ship flying overhead. One button. There we go. What am I making? Copper. That's what we want to put in here. I want to put some copper.
Technology recharge.
Right. Minute 22. We'll do some scanning while that's going on. Because you do get money for, like, scanning stuff. Oh, I hate scanning the birds. Oh, there's my ship down here. Pretty sure I can call it, can't I? Yes. Summon vehicle. That will save me a walk. Don't you land on my portable thing. Still not ready. Still 30 seconds left. I mean, we only need 30 and we've got 150. So we could just stop the process and be like, we're done. We'll let it tick out. Why not? Three, 2, 1. Nice. Right, base computer. Do you know what? Because it's making me build a base, I'm going to put it back over here. I'm going to put it on up here, just because I want it there. I want it on top of this giant potato. It's part of the tutorial. You kind of have to build the base. Right, where's my way up? Here it is. Ooh, what are you? You're very freaky. Just want to check my stats game. That's getting quite low. Probably should refill my life support. Life support, I think, is important. There. I'm going to live on top of the potato with all these creatures. Don't give me that. Put my base computer right up here. Space computer. Come on, button. Search could talk. Yeah, whatever that said. Universal Archive search reveals no prior claims on this site. I will claim the base. That is now mine. This base. look at the size of my base can be.
Base computer online.
Right, search base computer archives. From previous user. Storm sweeping across, but construction supplies low. Deposit shelter plans. All our bases are belong to us. All our base are belong to us. Yes, I think. Maybe. Don't really know what you mean, but yeah. Right. Let's build a little wooden shack on top of here. Let's get some floor panels going. Okay, this is weird trying to use this. This is weird. Where am I going to build this? Ooh. Do you know what? I'm going to build it like this. I think this will work. One button. God, this is so hard.
Radiation protection falling. Weather warning. Incoming storm.
Really? Well, let me build my base first.
Base computer online.
Right, I think that's a good base area. Let's do some walls. Change part, left trigger. Circle. How do I rotate? How do I change the piece? I'm so confused. Right, okay. Okay, we're going to have to abort this. I'm going to have to sit in my hole for a bit. Till the storm passes. Where's my hole? I need an hole. Do you know what? I could have probably built my shelter by now if I'd just gone on with it. Okay, let's just build the shelter quick. Let's get some walls. Just basic walls. This is the basic of basic of shelters. I don't want the door there. I don't know where the best place for the door is. Here we go. We're getting there. I wish I could build windows. But we can always upgrade later. At the moment, we just desperately need to, like, build shelter.
Radiation protection stabilizing.
That's because I'm nearly in shelter. Oh my god. This is not the easiest to do.
Radiation protection stabilizing.
Right, there we go. We're getting there. We're getting there. Let's put a domed one up here as well.
Weather update. Storm clearing.
Okay, this door is not the best. let's change that a little bit. There we go. That's beautiful. It's my base. I'm going to pick this up, actually. How do I pick this up? And it's been build mode, I think. Pick up. How do I pick it up? Move. Toggle, edit, build, duplicate, colors, move. There we go. Right, I'm going to put this inside. Which is the front and which is the back. There we go. I'm going to press the wrong button. Rubbish. Move. You. In the corner here, look. There we go. Base computer's now there. Oh, that's awful. I need to move that a bit. Oh, now I can't actually just move it. Oh, this is all silly. Okay, in this corner, no. That's better. It's not any better. It's not any better, but that's what we're doing. I'm not going to spend much time on this planet. It was a typo translation from Zero Wing. Confused. Right, anyway. A success. What am I building now? A research unit. What do I need for the research unit? Magnetized ferrite. Okay, I'm going to guess magnetized ferrite. We'll put this in here as well. Where we'll put that? We'll put this over here. One button. I just want to press A for it to happen, but that's jetpack. Do we have pure ferrite? Yes.
Technology recharge.
There we go. It's not going to take too long, this one. Yeah, I'm old. I don't understand a lot of memes. Right, so we now should be able to build this. Aha, we can. Let's put that on. Do you know what? I'm going to be weird and put that in the middle. One button. No, really? It's like through the floor. Stupid parts. Stupid parts.
Bonking time. I loves a bit of bonking. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Can't remember the rest.
Gemeth Gate cheered. X10. Playing Full Guys and in a squad of me.
Gemma, thank you so much for the bits. And that's very unfortunate if you're the only person in your squad. I don't hold out much hope for your success. Okay, with this we can learn like new building stuff. I think we need to unlock this, don't we? We still need carbon neutrals. What do I need to do? Right. Exploit the planet and locate buried technology. Recover technology. Okay, we need buried technology. Let's get on top of my base. So this is my base. It's got some good views. It's got a planet that comes up over the mountains. Nope, came 28th in one round. Okay, buried technologies. That's what we want. Knowledge stones. Buried. Oh, a silver deposit. I'm tempted to go over there. I feel like silver would be worth a lot. Uranium deposit. Copper deposit. An armoured clam. Although the water's so bad. What's that? A submerged relic. Buried technology. That's what we want. That's where we're going. I don't know how I get there though. There's a poisonous lake in front of me. Hello?
Radiation protection falling.
Oh, how do we get across here? I guess we can go round. I feel like we got to go round. Otherwise I'm going to die. Let's harvest some stuff while we're going. I'm not going to harvest you, animals. Don't worry. You can harvest them, though, if you want to. I remember, like before, if you were too mean to the local wildlife, you'd get set upon by the sentinels. I was just going to go round. It just seems so... It's just such a long way. That's the only bit I didn't want to go. Oh, dear. Oh, it's a little family of them, look. Yeah. Yeah, we do not want to go in that water. The water's very bad. So we're going round over there, look. Maybe. I'm not sure how far. I can only build if it still counts as my base. So it depends how far I go. I'll try and build on the way back. Because I'm already so far away from the base. I very much doubt this would allow me to build here. But we'll try it on the way back, see what happens. But I'm pretty sure you can only build when it's in your base area. And we've already come this far now. Hello, Kelly. You've come back. You're being very popular this stream, aren't you? Oh, it's those weird toe creatures. What is that? Oh, it's a lump post. I didn't recognise that as a lump post. You don't look like your regular lump post. I wish I could make food. You see Jelly. She's pottering around again. Yeah, once you can make food for the creatures, you can actually get pets as well. And you can ride them. Oh, is that a baby lump post? No, it's not. Jelly's getting jealous because of all the lump posts around. Right, the buried treasure's around here somewhere. I think it's time to start digging. There it is. That was well buried. Okay, we'll try and... What's that over there?
Incoming storm.
Really? Okay, I guess we need to live in this hole then until the storm passes. No, her name's Jelly Belly Kelly, so Jelly works for Kelly as well. Jelly Belly Kelly! That's her name. She's come over here because I said that. She's like, that's my name. That's a... When you call her, she responds to that quite a bit. Like, Jelly Belly Kelly! Because you are, aren't you? You're a Jelly Belly of the Kelly variety. I'm not even sure where I am.
Extreme radiation detected.
Oh god. Do you know what I've done? I've dug into the river. I can't see where I'm going. I can't see the way out. Where is the way out? I'm so confused. I'm lost in my own tunnel. That's weird the way the water is. It's like it's a buried tunnel. I'm really not sure how to get out of here. There's a way out, look. We just need to wait for the storm to finish. She's being all sissy downy, look. I'm going to guess 11.2 rads is quite bad.
Storm clearing.
Okay, there we go. Where's my base? I'm totally confuzzled now. My base is over there. Hello, lump post. I fell down my hole. Hello. I do like you, but I don't have any pellets. Oh, look, there's my base. Sticking off the potato. I'll see if I can build across.
Where are my donuts?
Guten Abend.
Ventosaurus with a 21-month subscription. And guten Abend to you too. Hope you've been having a good day.
Hello
and
there.
Thank you so much again. Right, let's see if we can build across here. Whether this counts as base or not. Apparently I can. Okay, I didn't know you could do this. It's like Fortnite all over. Oh no, I can only build 6 more, 5 more, 3 more. Oh, 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. Okay, that did get me across the highly radioactive water, though, which is quite nice. I will build on this. You're full of bright ideas. I just didn't think you could do it, but thank you so much for pointing it out, Hel. I might continue work on that bridge at some point in my life. All this carbon here waiting to be turned into bridges. Right. Let's get back up to my potato base. Oh, I can't bother to go around and find the find the right way up. We'll just make another way up. Ow. Hello, what were you doing down here? Or did you just fall down the hole I created? Poor little mite. There we go, we're back at my base. I hope that lump post doesn't attack my vehicle. Right, spend salvage points at the construction point to learn construction blueprints. So what we need to do... Bad joke time. Saw a man standing on one leg at a cash machine. Confused, asked him what he was doing. He replied, just checking my balance. Wop, 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 wop. I'm not sure what I need to be doing. You should recover salvage data from Berry Technology. I thought I had some salvage stuff. I'm so confused. Ah, cool. Right, return. So I need to build one of those. What do I need to build one of those? I need to make some 2 carbon things, nanotubes, and 4 metal platings. Right, I can work with that. 4 of these things. I think. I don't think it was. I think it was 4 metal plates and only like 1 of those. Oh, I don't have enough to build them all. I need more ferrite dust. Okay, let me check. What do I need? Yeah, I need to get some ferrite dust. Is that ferrite dust? Oh, I don't want to be using that one. It's carbon. There we go, ferrite dust. We're just going to destroy all of this ecosystem here. Another Berry Technology module there. Anyway, ferrite dust. I'm getting distracted. Hopefully we got enough. What time am I going over to Fall Guys? Not sure. In a bit.
Radiation protection falling.
Right, now we can do this. No! Fell off. I don't know why, but I like having my teleporter on top of my area. There we go, 1 teleport. Yeah, I only want to do like about an hour of Fall Guys at most, so I'll probably go for around about 7ish, I think. I just wanted a bit of a chilled game, really. Okay, you can now rename your base. Let me rename the base. What are we going to call this base? Ninqueso. That's not my base computer, that. That's not my base computer. This is the thing in the corner. Jelly Kelly. This is like the first base, that's the thing. I'm just going to go Ninqueso with this one. Ninqueso the first. No, where's delete? There, Ninqueso the first. Snow Bear.
Hello there.
Welcome. I've seen you playing it on Steam. I actually picked it up on Steam myself 2 days ago. And I'm playing it on there in VR. And I absolutely love it in VR. It's so chilled. It's just like, ah. But my computer struggles to run this in VR. So this is the Xbox Series X version. So this would be like my stream life. And then I've got one that I can play off stream. There we go. Let's upload this base to the world of the internet so other people can discover it. I don't want to supply back power to the base. That just seems like extra work that I can't be bothered to do. So in difficulty settings, that. Yeah, I'm just playing this on relaxed settings because I really don't want to have to be bothered with a lot of the stuff. Base power, yeah, that's good. See, I knew I didn't have to worry about base power. The biofuel reactor. Right, we need to go find a thingy. Ugh. Yeah, I haven't really put that door in a good place, have I? I need to put a back door that I can just walk straight out of. Okay, I need to finish that bridge at some point, because there's some buried technology over there. I'm pretty sure I've got enough carbon. We'll get some more carbon. This is all ferrite dust. When I want ferrite dust, I can't get ferrite dust. Right, can I get on top of my bridge? That is the question. Ouch. Okay, I might not be able to get on top of my bridge. I might have to, like, try and join it up a little bit from this way, which is going to be very hard to do. But we'll give it a go. Nice. I don't know why I want that like that. There we go. Hopefully at some point we can get some small walls we can put, like a little guardrail so we don't fall off. Okay, I've now got a bridge across.
Radiation protection falling.
It's not even a good planet, this one. Well, I don't have to have life support systems. And where the water isn't highly radioactive. Yeah, so we'll go over to Fall Guys in about half an hour, I'd say. My base is on a radioactive planet too. My VR one isn't. It's on a really nice planet. It's on top of a mountain as well, on this little plateau that's up there. Took me ages to get up to the top of it. But it was like, I'm building a base up here. Right, where's the berry technology gone? Have I gone past it? Okay, it's here. Some berry technology around here somewhere. Ugh, get out, get out. Right, let's get back to the base. Where's my bridge? There it is. Oh, why is that not sat right? That's so annoying. My bridge is like, no, don't destroy my bridge. That's not a run button. That's... What is that over there? That is a funny thing. That should be in the water, surely. Right, let's get back to the base. No, there's a nasty plant down here. I remember it hurt me last time I went through my tunnel. What is attacking me as I go in and out of here? Very annoyed. What is it? Something keeps hurting me as I go in. Anyone done a pumpkin? No. I haven't. Okay. The bio thing. Oh. Shoulder and neck have been really stiff today. It's been very annoying. Right, more metal plating. We'll stand that over here, I think. Oh, I don't know which way round it's meant to be. I want it that way round. There we go. No, I always press A to place it. I don't even need this, do I? Because I don't want the generator to actually work. Oh well. Let's stick it on top so it just looks aesthetically pleasing. So it looks like it's powering my teleporter. Every time. There we go. Analyze the crystal fragment with X to analyze. First locate my inventory. Where'd my crystal go? Turn to my base computer. a shame this game isn't cross progression. No, that's not my base computer. Base computer is in the corner. It's in the naughty corner. Scanner detected unusual broadcast. Repeating 16. From the space station. Warning. Okay, we're off to the space station. It seems there is nothing more. I will learn from them. My predecessor appears to have left their base and headed to the space station. Right, where's my ship? Didn't want to waste the fuel by calling it, so I was like, you two are very noisy. Right, let's go to the space station.
Right, it's bonking time. I loves a bit of bonking. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Can't remember the rest.
Jemeth Gay cheered. X10. Sorry, not chatty. I don't know what up with me tonight.
Gemma, that's okay. And thank you so much for the bits. You don't have to be chatty all the time. Pulse drives, those two. Right, let's get into the space station. Oh, here we go. We're in the space station. Yeah, so every system has its own space station where people just kind of hang out. How do I exit? There we go. Hello, you. Right, it's a mysterious signal. Why is there that chest on my screen? I can't remember where I'm going. Just buy and sell, isn't it? Oh, we just got to talk to people. Blech. Don't like talking to people because none of them can actually, like, speak my language. See? I don't know any words yet in alien language. So, yeah, ask about other travellers. Yeah, we need to find the right person to chat to. Yeah, exactly, mate, exactly. It's just what I was thinking. Hearing the code seems to cause a life form to shrink, a look of fear crossing their face, and then in an instant the fear passes. They look at me strangely, but say nothing. Who are you? Yeah. The metallic being chatters away, pouring forth words in a language I cannot understand. But when I blink, I see some red... Oh, we are watching you, traveller friend. Find what we have left you. Though the aliens speak, the words are not their own. A string of code is encoded back to me through the red glare. Nice. We can leave. I should leave. Have my base computer. Right, the best thing about this now is you got teleports. You didn't have these when the game first came out. Warp to Ninqueso the First. Oh, really achy. I don't know why. Oh. Ah, what a view. Oh, clips in there. Right, base computer. In the naughty corner. The traveller finds their wings. Fly to us and claim your place among the stars. Right, I think we got to go to another planet now. Don't know where my spaceship's going to be. Oh, there it is. What a place to park, eh? What a place to park. Okay, reaching the signal. Where is the signal? That is the question. It's this way. What a nice little cruise over this planet. How low can we go? Ah. Nearly there. 25 more seconds. I wish the speed was in something I could recognise. I mean, I've no idea what 165 U/S even is. It means nothing. I think we've parked funny again. I'm going to guess we're going there. Yeah. That's pretty much what I'm guessing. The big giant crashed spaceship. I guess we should scan the plant because it's unidentified. That'd be weird having planets that size in your sky. Okay, we're close. There we go. That's what we're looking for. Not been on a freighter yet in this game. So I think you can buy them as well now, can't you? Freighters, and have like floating bases in space. The signal has led me to a wreck of a freighter. Colossal fragments of metal scattered across the landscape. Were those messages nothing but the misfiring circuits of a long-forgotten ruin. Nestled among the debris, I find a pilot's log blinking. There's request a log. Instead of displaying the ship's log, the terminal spits out a strange sequence of numbers. They are followed by a short message. The anomaly comes from the stars. Take flight. A schematic for a hyperdrive is attached to the end of the message. I pull the blueprint from the computer, but the hyperdrive blueprint is for a conventional starship, not a freighter of this size. Someone placed this here after the crash, hoping it would be found. Right,
Radiation protection falling.
we need some microprocessors, but you can't get microprocessors anywhere but the space station. This is interesting. It's missing a floor. Right. Install hyperdrive. Right, okay. One button. Install the hyperdrive.
Technology installed.
We can put that in, but we still need 5 microprocessors. Need some of my ship. If I can press the button I need. Fine, land there. Nice, impressive that your wing has just gone straight through that wall. Right, so let's get back to my base and we'll just teleport back up to the space station. I think that'd be the easiest way. Can we fly in the water? I'm curious. No, it won't let me go down that low. I can't just crash into the water. My little potato bit of this landscape seems to be quite unique. I don't think we can destroy things when we're in our ship. Nice. I love the way I park my ship sometimes. Okay, I wasn't too far away. I think I've made an entrance into my potato from around here, haven't I? Oh, where's my hole? Here it is. Here's my entrance. There's another hole. 2 holes. Where's that one go? Have I really built 2 ways up here and they cross over each other? That's ridiculous. Right. Yes. Like, when I last played this, we didn't have warps at all. You literally had to walk and fly everywhere. Microcomputers, that's what we are after. Get out my way, buddy. I need to use this computer. Available to buy. Microprocessor. How many do I need? 5. Was it 4 or 5? I don't have enough money. Right, we need to sell. We need to sell. Oh, whatever. We'll just sell the lot.
Units received. Units received.
Ooh, that goes for quite a bit.
Units received. Units received.
What have I got in my ship?
Units received.
Titanium. I would have thought titanium was worth more than that. Oh, well.
Units received.
Platinum. Ooh, press the wrong button. Where's the platinum gone?
Units received.
Think we're getting close. We might as well sell the living slime.
Units received.
I think we've got enough to buy the microprocessors now. Yes, we have.
Product received.
Gather copper. Okay, is my spaceship up here now? It is. We need to find some copper. Is this my spaceship? This looks like my spaceship. It's like it didn't come up the whatchamacallit to get in. Right. Ninqueso. There is copper on Ninqueso. What's that? Turinium rich. There's the Turinium rich one. Okay, there's copper on Ninqueso, so we'll go back to there. Okay, we'll speed up now. We're through the asteroid belt. Right, copper. Planet Ninqueso. Okay, we need to land somewhere high up and then we'll do a scan. What? Can land up in the mountain up here. Right, copper deposits. There's one. We can go pretty slow in this ship. There's the copper, look. I think there's more over there as well. Where's the copper gone? There it is. That glowy patch of coppery stuff. Let's strip this planet for all its mineral worth. Then move on to the next one. I think there was another copper deposit just over the way as well, so I might as well get that while I'm here. I imagine things like copper and things are a little bit rarer on some planets, so we might as well stock up while we can. Ew, what's that? Hazardous flora. Silver deposit, that's quite a way away. I'm sure there was one pretty close. I parked in the middle of them, didn't I? Oh, is it there? Yeah, look. Look, more copper. Ah! Hate those things. Right, I'll get these. Never have too much copper. Just digging a nice big hole. I wonder how far down you can dig in this game. I have discovered stuff that I can't dig through at the moment. It'd be interesting to know just how far down you can dig. Right, I think that's all that copper. Pretty much. And a very deep hole down there as well if anyone wants to fall in. Should probably put a sign up or maybe a little fence. Right. I know I don't need to go back to my base to do this, but I'm going to. Let's get back to my base. How far away is my base? God. It's like 20 minutes away, my base. Right, I don't think I'm going to fly to my base. I might just build another portable... I might just build another refinery. Oh, hello. You won DoorDash. Woohoo! Good job, hell. We'll see what we can loot from around here first, and then we'll... Ooh, that's weird. Fisium. I don't know what that is. We'll put it in my ship storage, though. Oh, DoorDash. Yeah, I knew what you meant, my DoorDash. Okay, let's check out the big building. See what we can loot from here. Oh, hello. The base isn't empty. I'm not sure we can loot stuff. The warrior's nostrils flare as I approach. They inhale deeply, testing the metallic tang of the radiation that lingers in my exosuit. They bark out what could be a warning. I hurriedly mime that I am peaceful and know little of this kind of language. How do you mime that? I'm peaceful and don't know how you're talking. They take a second think, then grab my multi-tool while barking again into my visor. Streaking it with saliva, they point at the mining beam, charging indicator. Then at my backpack, I do my best to keep calm. Do you want some carbon? The warrior grunts in satisfaction, impressed by both my gift and my understanding. They teach me several new words of their language. How do they teach me language words? Okay, that went well, I guess. It looked bigger on the outside, this little place. It looked a lot bigger on the outside. I'm a bit jealous by their base. It's better than mine. Anyway, let's build a portable refiner. So I don't want to have to fly back to my base. What do I need? Metal. Every time. I press the wrong button. You're making a maple fudge coffee. That sounds quite horrible. The maple fudge is okay, but then you add that word coffee and it all just goes down. Right. I don't think we need to do all 900 copper.
Technology recharge.
Because that will take quite a bit. We only need 125, so we'll just do that. Can't bother to wait here for 3 minutes while we refine stuff. Oh, nearly there. Come along. I need 125. 125, 125. Bum, 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 bum. There we go. Don't need to do any more. Right, complete the hyperdrive. I think the plan is we'll hyperdrive to a new galaxy, and then we'll go over to Fall Guys. Oh no, we need warp cells. Okay, we're not going to get the hyperdrive done. We need like some antimatter, I think. I believe. It took me nearly 6 hours to get to, like, I'm only just a bit further on in my VR one than this. And it took me like 6 hours to get there. Mainly because I sheltered from a storm in an actual cave before I had the tunneling stuff and then got lost. And it took me like an hour to find my way out. I was walking around for ages. Yeah, I need antimatter. But anyway, I'm going to put you on intermission for a little bit because that is going to be it for No Man's Sky. But I will come back and we'll play a little bit of Fall Guys. Not going to promise how long for, just a bit. So, I will see you all very shortly. Get up, take a walk, stretch your legs, go get a drink, hydrate, it's important. See you in a bit.